Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on an episode of Side Flick. My name is Chris. We've got some movie news to discuss today. A couple of tidbits did drop since our latest Side Flick, so I want to thank the one person out there who was doing the Rain movie news dance. You really helped out. But the stuff we're going to be touching on today is Captain Marvel 2 gets a director, leading us to believe a certain movie coming out this year is probably going to be amazing. Avatar 2 releasing another image, wondering if you guys are even excited for that. Another live action Disney remake. That is so much more, guys, so let me know your opinions on everything we discuss here today. What gets you the most excited? What could you care less about? Also, don't forget, in between these side flicks, I do movie updates on other things going on in the world. I did a video on the most recent update of Suicide Squad. A new logo for the movie was revealed along with a trailer for DC Fandom, and my thoughts on that whole Mulan and Disney Plus situation with it being $30. And if you don't got time for that, at least hit that like button or subscribe. I'm so close to 200k. Alright, let's start off here with the Avatar 2 news. Now look, I've been saying for the longest time, I do like the first Avatar movie. I was very amazed by it. In fact, it was one of the first movies I saw by myself in the theater. Back before I thought to myself, what, only losers see movies by themselves in the theater? And that turned out to be my whole life. Well, one of our first glimpses of the new technology that'll be used in Avatar that we'll get to see is called the Crab Suit, a human-driven, multifunction submersible one of many RDA vehicles that we'll be seen in the Avatar sequels. Looking at this thing, yeah, I guess it's pretty fine and cool. It lets us know where their focus is with Avatar 2, because we've heard for the longest time that Avatar 2 will focus on the sea life of the planet Pandora. But every time I bring up Avatar, I just have to know, guys, like, is anybody really gonna see this movie? I know the last film was like a huge gangbuster surprise that was #1 at the box office over and over and over, but years later, I just don't know if the hype for this Avatar world still exists where it can reach those mind-blowing numbers, because they think this franchise is going to do as much money as the first movie did every time, so much so that they already have 5 movies with release dates for the end of time, all the way to like the year 2028. I don't even see myself alive in 2028 yet. Look at how bad 2020 is, man. We're going to survive 8 more years? But the thing I get told the most in the comment section whenever I say I'm just not that hyped for more Avatar movies is, Chris, just wait, man. James Cameron said this will be the first movie to be 3D where you don't need 3D glasses. Now, yeah, James Cameron did say that once about these Avatar movies, but he only said it once, man. He has not talked about that again, and the technology for this, I just don't know if it'll exist in time. Hey, the man's done some really crazy and inventive stuff for the movie world, and he's also brought us some great movies in the past, so I don't doubt he's capable of greatness, but is that enough then? Or even if you're not excited for Avatar 2, if you hear there's a 3D movie where you don't need 3D glasses, are you gonna go see it? I think, yeah, I probably would go see it just to see what that's like, man. I've always wanted to kiss me a Na'vi ponytail, so now I'll get the chance to. What do you guys think about this concept art for Avatar 2? Are you excited for the franchise, or are you just excited about the whole 3D with no glasses part? And look, it has been a long time since we've done a side flick, and we've talked about Disney making another one of their cartoons into a live-action remake. There's no point wondering which one will be next, because if you actually look at the list of upcoming live-action remakes that Disney have, they are basically trying to turn all their movies into remakes, which, hey, it's expected. Right here, reported by Deadline, it said that Tom Hanks is in talks to play Geppetto in the live-action Disney remake of Pinocchio. Now, this Pinocchio remake has been in the works for the longest time, and there has always been 2 people up for the role of Geppetto. It has either been Tom Hanks or Robert Downey Jr. Now, I gotta admit, either one would have been fine. I mean, we've already seen Robert Downey Jr. be a little creep to a little boy. It wouldn't be that much different if he's being wooden now. Guys, those are just jokes, okay? I sent for Marvel, don't get mad. But admittedly, I always wanted Tom Hanks to be the one to play Geppetto. He's just got that sweet old man charm about him, and I love almost everything the man is in. Along with this article, they also mentioned the director who's attached to this Pinocchio movie, Robert Zemeckis, the man who brought us Back to the Future, Forrest Gump. Admittedly, the movies that Robert Zemeckis has made in most recent times haven't gotten the best praise or people showing up to the theater. But for the man who brought us Back to the Future, Dude's always got my money. At this point, there's no reason to be mad at live action Disney remakes. They're just something that's gonna happen, and you know we're gonna pay money to see it just because those trailers always win us over, either for nostalgia or for them actually just looking good. With Pinocchio, there's a lot I wonder how they're gonna play that off. What Pinocchio will actually be looking like in the movie. Will it be very CGI heavy? Will it be a practical effect? Not to mention the nightmarish scene of Pinocchio turning into a donkey. I still have images of watching that as a kid and being so freaked out. I wonder how they're gonna go ahead and translate that into live action, because that's gonna be scary. So yeah, if Tom Hanks is Geppetto in this, I can't wait to see him get eaten by a whale. What about you guys with Pinocchio getting the live action treatment? Are you looking forward to that? Bringing us to some horror movie news here with Candyman. Now, you guys know on this channel, I've been very excited for the Candyman reboot. That's the new Candyman movie that's being produced by Jordan Peele and directed by Nia Dacosta. I am really hoping we still get this movie come time in its release date for October. It's basically the only wide release horror movie we still have left to look forward to. And with all these other movies like The Conjuring 3, Halloween Kills, even though there was a possibility that theaters were open in October, these studios saw the movies they had and said, these are really good horror movies. We want to push them to a time where they can make the most money. And the fact that Candyman was just standing its ground always had me worried about, do they not believe they have a good movie? Because I would think if they had a great movie, they would be like, no, we got to save this and move it to where it's safe instead of just letting it run through the fires of the pandemic. All of my worrying with that has now kind of gone away because the director of this latest Candyman was just given the job of Captain Marvel 2 and joining the MCU. This is a huge deal for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not only in terms for what the movie will bring, but this is the first black female director in the MCU. The latest Captain Marvel movie I know has a ton of controversy behind it, mainly because of a bunch of crybabies online, but there are also people out there who aren't little man babies and just don't like the movie specifically for reasons of the movie, and that's stuff I can understand because Captain Marvel was a movie I was really looking forward to, and while I think it did a lot right, for me it felt a little flat and lacked some of the substance I wanted that came with some of the newer Marvel characters, like when Guardians of the Galaxy came out. With Nia Dacosta attached now and seeing the body of work she's made, especially that Candyman trailer that really got me excited, I can only imagine what sort of things she's going to be bringing to Captain Marvel 2, because I think Marvel knows all the backlash and hate that this movie has gotten, and they really want to step it up. And why not, man? This is basically the Superman of the MCU. There is so much potential behind this character. I absolutely loved her in Avengers Endgame. And with Nia Dacosta attached, it also makes me wonder, will they hire Yahaba Abdul, the man who's playing Candyman in this latest movie, to play some sort of role in the MCU? The man's already Black Manta. It'd be great for him to be part of the MCU. Fans out there were throwing the idea of him to play Silver Surfer. I think that would be pretty perfect. Captain Marvel has to do a lot with space. It could be cool for her to run into the Silver Surfer. So although Captain Marvel 2 is not one of the movies I'm most looking forward to out of the future MCU movies, Nia Dacosta being attached really does make me more excited for this film and the possibilities of what it could be. Do you guys out there, does this make you excited? The woman who's directing Candyman is now directing Captain Marvel 2. And be honest, it's okay to not be excited for something. Something else happening in the movie world I found interesting, and I wanted your guys' take on this. You might have heard Walmart is getting into the movie theater business. Kinda. Walmart announced that they are going to be using their parking lots to make drive-in theaters and show free movies to help out the community in times of this pandemic. Now, I do enjoy me a good drive-in theater. The only thing that sucks, where I'm at, the closest drive-in is about an hour away, so it doesn't make it that convenient for me to go out and see a drive-in movie. But heck, with Walmart existing wherever you turn, this makes it extremely convenient for me to go out and see one. Just seeing some of the promotional images of what they have, like, I think this is going to be so weird for people who actually go out to see a movie at a parking lot of a Walmart. All you have to do is go to their website, walmartdrivein.com, and then you can look in your area if your Walmart will be participating in this. It'll work exactly like a drive-in theater where the sound will play through the radio. I do like how they mentioned here you're not allowed to bring alcohol. Walmart doesn't like to party. In my area, they're playing movies like Spy Kids, Spider-Man Into the Spider Spider-Verse, Selena, orale. And I can kind of understand why they're doing this, especially since around the pandemic, Walmart has been closing much earlier than usual. They're usually up late at night or sometimes 24/7. This is them just taking advantage of the space they have to offer and giving it for free. But I wonder if this could lead to something else. And Walmart's like, hey, we've got a huge parking lots. We could still earn some monetization off of that. If it becomes a regular thing where your local Walmart becomes a drive-in theater, will you be participating in that? But anyways, guys, that is just all the movie news we had to talk about today. Let me know your opinions on everything we've discussed here so far. My favorite part of doing these videos is getting to the comments section and talking with you guys. I'm gonna go head out and watch American Pickle on HBO Max. Love me a good Seth Rogen movie. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.